Hello and a very warm welcome to another edition of Talking Germany, the show where we do just that. And my guest today is one of the best-known faces in German TV and movies. So here she is, Christiana Paul.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for joining us today here on Talking Germany. Now, Christiana Paul is not just a screen star, she also has a compelling tale to tell about growing up in East Berlin and even while she was taking her very first steps in the acting business, training as a doctor. So I'm sure we can very much look forward to speaking to the tenacious, ambitious and tempestuous Christiana Paul about the following topics. All you got to do is act naturally. Christiana Paul is famous for her natural verve. She's also applied her great energy to environmental causes. A natural balance. We are all consumers, but a growing number of people are trying to ensure that their lifestyles are also sustainable. And the surface of nature. Cosmetic surgery is big business here in Germany, with a growing number of people trying to combat the ravages of age. Christiana, I've just said that you're a very, very familiar and very, very popular face in German movies and German TV. Would you describe yourself as a celebrity, what Germans like to call a Promi?
I don't know. Exactly. I don't feel like as a celebrity. I just feel like a normal person, and I think I used to be a normal person, and yes, and I act like a normal person.
You've got a very lovely and very famous face. Do you get recognised on the street?
No.
No.
No, not very often. Sometimes, but sometimes people are asking me, "Are you Merit Becker, for instance?" And I said, "No, I'm not Merit Becker." Of course, you're Merit Becker.
Of your generation.
A very famous actress, a very good actress.
Yeah, sure.
I really like her. But that's very funny that people they don't recognize me.
Okay, you just mentioned Merit Becker there. I wrote down another couple of names. There's Franka Potenta, for example, who did Run, Lola, Run, a very popular movie outside Germany. There's Heike Makatsch, who played in Love Actually. And there was you. You all seem to be a sort of a generation that came through in the 90s.
Right, that's right.
What was happening there?
I don't know. I think the German movie developed in a way and come out for new people, new directors, and I think a lot of self-confidence to talk about their own stories, about German stories. And I think this new time had to have new faces also. And that's why we come out, maybe. I don't know.
Christiana, we were watching those lovely shots of you as a little girl, yeah? And yes. one of them, you're standing there next to a bear, and I said to you, tell me about the bear.
Yeah? It's a East Berlin bear. It's kind of mascottchen.
Yeah, like a mascot.
Yes, a mascot, where you can see everywhere in the city. Yeah. And he was there, as I was this kid, and my parents could take a photo with me.
You grew up in East Berlin.
Yes.
Yeah? And my guess is, and I really don't know about this, I know that your father was a doctor, yeah, a surgeon.
Yes.
Yeah? Your mother was
anesthetist, I don't know.
Okay, an anaesthetist.
That's
yeah, difficult word. Yeah. Okay, you grew up in a family that was part of the East German establishment. Is that true or not true?
In a way, it's true. Yes. But in another way, it's very complicated to explain because I think my parents really loved to be in this society and in this country, but they also were very critical in a way, and we discussed very often in the kitchen at home all the political problems of our country, and so my father had got some problems during his work and as a person. So it was very difficult sometimes for us also.
What kind of problems? What happened?
I think that's really too difficult to explain because...
Did the Stasi come?
Kind of, yes.
Did they knock on the door?
Yes, in a way, yes.
OK, enough said. Yeah, I mean, you've talked about the contradiction.
And he refused, I have to say, he refused, but the refuse had a response. So, and this response was not very easy to take for our family.
He refused to join up, as it were?
Yes, he refused to work together with the Stasi. So we had got some problems, that's why.
OK. You said something very interesting. You said, I believed in the ideal of socialism.
Yes, I believed in the idea, but we also had seen that it didn't work out well, right? So But I believe in some values that people have to live together and to be responsible for everybody, and that we have to be responsible for the nature and everything. So I think that the idea of capitalism is limited in a way, because I think it's not good for human being. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to explain for me.
I think you've explained it very, very well. Let's just talk about your acting career just for a second. Yeah, you gave up more or less medicine. You studied to become a doctor,
and
you were a qualified doctor. You worked as a doctor, and then you decided to go into acting. Yeah, they're two very different worlds. Medicine is all about being careful, being cautious, being calculating. Acting is about letting yourself go, about being emotional.
Yeah.
Which is the real you of those two?
I think I'm both in a way, and the decision to be an actress took a long time, about 10 years. I really was like crazy in my mind. I think, what should I do to be an actress, or should I be a doctor? And I have to say that I really love surgery. I loved it. And but 2004, I had the chance to play theater. We saw it already on the TV, and I thought that's really my real love, to act. So I have to try it and to take the risk, because there are a lot of risk for me to be an actress, because I was very familiar to be a doctor, because all my family used to be it, and so it was for me a big challenge to make this decision.
OK, Christiana, what we've just been hearing about in that report is LOHAS, which the New York Times describes as a major new consumer movement. You have just told me that it's superficial.
Yeah, it's a kind of superficial description of people who really want to change something in their life, I think, and it's the first step to change something, if you decide what you buy, for instance. But very often it's used for a negative description of people who are interested in environmental values. So for me, it's sometimes, yes, a negative point. But I think these are people who are responsible for their life and their society. So I think it's a first step to change something, maybe. But it's not all, of course. It's not only... I think it's not enough just only to consume in a sustainable way.
What is enough? I mean, you wrote a book about this. Tell me what I need to do.
Yeah.
What do I need to go out and do this afternoon?
I think the main point is that you have really aware about that all your things, what you did before, it's gone. Because you really have to think about everything in a way. And that's sometimes very complicated and very heavy. And I think the 3 big points you have to change are mobility, energy and food. There you can do a lot of things. I think you can go by bike, you can use a train more, you can go by feet. That's what I do very often. I walk a lot, and I use very often my bicycle, and sometimes I have to go by plane, of course, because of my job. And I changed a lot of my home energy values, and I don't eat meat so much.
Wow. My daughter phoned me recently one afternoon and said, "Dad, I am going to be a vegetarian from now."
And?
We've been changing our habits at home an awful lot. But there's one German word that I think is a very interesting... Your English is so fantastic. I'm now going to test your English and see if you can translate a German word for us. Here we go. The German word is Verzicht.
Sufficiency. I think sufficiency. Is it
sufficiency?
Old? I don't know.
Well, that's an interesting translation.
It's in Germany. It's a discussion about efficiency and Verzicht, Suffizienz. So I think it's a sufficiency.
In Germany, normally when people say Verzicht, it means I am going to do without something. I'm going to say no to that. Is that what all these developments are about? Do we have to say no to lots of things? Does life become joyless?
I don't think so. I think you get so many things if you change your life and if you change your habit. I think the way is not very easy, of course, but the first step is the efficiency. You can make a lot of things like energy stuff, but I think in the long run, we really have to deal with sufficiency in a way. Okay. So to reduce a lot of our habits, consumption and all these things. But it's a very negative point, of course.
cosmetic surgery is what we're going to be talking about now. I found an interesting quote on the internet describing you. It said, Christiana Paul possesses looks similar to Audrey Hepburn. She has a round, fresh face with a hint of adventure and excitement in her eyes. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yes,
now,
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, but given that description and given your fresh, good looks, yeah,
okay,
why would you say yes to cosmetic surgery?
I don't know. Maybe because in our profession it's not very easy to become older. And I think we lost really the feeling for real people also. So I don't know. I think everybody has to make the decision for his own. That's what I think.
You have thought concretely about at some stage in the future this might be the way you need to go.
No, I don't have. Maybe I have thoughts, but I think it's normal to have these thoughts. I think it would be not honest if I don't think about it, and if I would refuse these questions.
Is this the actress in you speaking, or the woman in you speaking?
No, it's the actress, of course. The actress at first.
So you're thinking about what you need to have for your job.
I have to be good looking, I think.
But if you have to go under the knife to be good looking, does that make you angry?
Yeah, because yes, it makes me angry and sad in a way. But in the other way, I think a real good elder face who works and who lives is very good and has a lot of expressions also. So I think I hope I don't need it. So no, but the discussion is very interesting because a lot of people are doing this right now and they are not in this business. A lot of normal people have the feeling they have to change something and have to approve something.
Do you know somebody in your business who, because of the pressures of the business, had an operation and it went wrong?
No.
No?
No.
Oh yeah.
And nobody talks about it
in that way?
Yes, not very often.
Ah, it's a taboo.
I think so, in a way. Yes, it is.
How's your Christmas shopping going?
It's finished already.
Oh, come on.
Yes, I did it.
When did you start?
I start actually in November because I knew that
I hate the people who start in November.
Yes, yeah? But it's my first time that I started so early.
So you're growing up?
A little bit, maybe, yes.
Yeah? You've learnt life's bitter lessons that suddenly...
yes, I did.
OK. And all these presents that you've bought, are they already wrapped up?
Not, but I started yesterday evening to wrap them up because I really like to wrap it and I listen to music then.
Okay.
And I take time and I have a candle and I really enjoy it to wrap it.
Me too. Did you? God, I love Christmas and I love Christmas presents. I have to say, did you have a particularly good idea? Did you think when you were wrapping one of these presents up, you thought that was a really good idea?
No, I think the idea is creating before. Because sometimes I think I have every year a different theme for my presents. One year
you have a theme for all the presents.
No, kind of. Sometimes it is like this. I realized it a couple of days ago because 1 year ago I bought for everybody a scarf. I don't know why. I really liked it because I like scarves. So,
I love scarves as well.
So everybody got one.
Yeah.
So
what's the theme this year?
Cosmetic. Actually, cream for everybody.
Organic cosmetics.
No, actually not. It's not only organic.
Expensive stuff. Yeah?
Expensive stuff. Yes. But it's not even better, actually.
I'm going to get a scarf for Christmas.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, because my mother phoned me and said, "What would you like for Christmas?" And I said, "A scarf."
So you will get one.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Another thing I know is that this has been a lovely programme. It's drawing to a close. We're going to move on to our quiz at the end of the show, Talking Germany quiz.
Okay.
Quick questions, quick answers. Acting. Is it spontaneity or discipline?
Discipline.
Socialism or capitalism?
Socialism.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Beauty comes from within or beauty is just skin deep?
Beauty comes from within.
The environment we mustn't leave out. Will our children live in a better world than ours, or are they going to be the victims of our bad habits?
They will be the victims of our bad habits.
Oh dear, that's bad news. You've got 2 kids, aged?
4 and 9.
Oh dear, yeah, don't tell them that. Christiana Paul, is she an idealist or a pragmatist?
Both.
Good one. And have we seen Christiana Paul in her defining role yet? In her defining role, or is it still to come?
It's still to come, I hope so.
I look forward to it.
Okay, that was a challenge.
That's it with our lovely and charming guest, Christiana Paul. If you've enjoyed her company as much as I have, then do come back next week. And let me remind you that you can, of course, watch any of our shows that you might have missed or you'd like to see again. You'll find them on the Talking Germany website. But for now, bye-bye and cheers.